No, I think this is on my end. No, I think this is on my end. Oh, I'm so sad.
Wait, let me go to the office. Keep talking, and I'll see if I can hear you guys.
This is for sure on my end, guys, because I just now realized that my thing wasn't running, and that's on me. I'm so sad.
We can
redo it. Well, I mean, like, I'll redo it for you
guys. We're good now.
Can I request? I mean, I don't know what you have planned, but I have like a headcanon of what is happening to Meow Wolf.
Okay. I would love to hear it. Do you guys want me to do that again, or?
I mean, yes. I think that it needs to be.
I think it needs to be on record. Okay.
It does. It does.
Okay.
I think it would be really funny if Meow Wolf is like the only one that like isn't like everybody is like singing this. Everybody's like having having these thoughts, and Meow Wolf is just like.
Oh no, I'm definitely splashing around, not
getting I like flies. Wow, that's a great lily pad.
Yeah, no, I'm like splashing around. I'm just like totally trying to like play off that I wasn't visible.
Oh my God,
yeah. I like because I didn't want like Blanc to realize that I was like for real following him like a creep in the fucking.
Wow, that was really embarrassing.
That's like a very embarrassing self-conscious move. So yeah, no, I'm not feeling any romance. I'm just like, hoo, look at them. There's a fly. Absolutely.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I will I'm not gonna do the recap or whatever the fuck, but I'll just rewind back enough to be like, on the last day before you storm Loomlurch, as a goodbye, you guys built a giant bonfire. The kids are sitting around. Zindi and Will are noodling on the guitars. Harper and Sir Talivar and Molly are excitingly exchanging stories of the court. And Blanc is nowhere to be found, as he has wandered off to probably watch Bastion and Snow Thistle for the 18th time as they walk around the lake, or hop around the lake, or swim in the lake, or sit on the log, or whatever they're doing. As we established, Meow Wolf is insanely jealous at all the attention that Snow Thistle has been getting, and Pass Without Trace stomps over and jumps into the lake while still invisible, or while almost while very stealthy, and startles Blanc, makes him drop his notebook, and as he's picking it back up, you guys sort of go like regard Bastion and Snow Thistle. Keeks flies over, lands on a small overhang from the roof, and sort of regards them, and says, "I can see what's happening." And you guys look up. Blanc goes, "What?" "And you don't have a clue." "Who?" "They'll fall in love. And here's the bottom line. This could distract the crew." "Oh." "The sweet caress of moonlight. There's magic everywhere. And with all this romantic atmosphere, disasters in the air." And we cut back to Zindi and Will, and as they are sort of reach a cascade in the noodling, Will jumps up on a log and belts out, "And can you feel the love tonight? The peace the evening brings. The world for once in perfect perfect harmony with all its living things. And if you guys could understand Snow Thistle and Bastion in this moment, you would hear them say, "So many things to tell him, but how to make him see the truth about the past? Impossible. He'd turn away from me." And Bastion, in a low, deep voice, "He's holding back. He's hiding. But what? I can't decide. Why won't he be the king? I know he is. The king I see inside." And you guys sort of have a crescendo moment around the bonfire where everyone is singing, and you feel the forest humming with your performance as the sun sets into the evening, and you guys hear, the low ribbiting and the high ribbiting of the frogs. And Meow Wolf, what are
I
you?
built.
You're splashing in the pond here while Keeks
Oh,
is sort of.
I know. I went for a rivet to like harmonize, and I went with full belch. So like it's like you hear like ah da 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 da. Bleh. And I'm like, oh, sorry. And then I just keep on splashing around and being like, this water's pretty fresh. I am ignoring how romantic everything is, and I'm trying to like basically talk to Blanc, but obviously Blanc is like very into like writing down and drawing out what's happening. Because you are indeed correct. Blanc is is basically studying them. So like I like peek over at what Blanc is making, and I see that he has like really 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 what are those called, like the extreme the like extreme realism or extreme
Yeah, like the
realism
point,
drawings.
the pointillism or something.
Like it's like extreme realism where it's like like it looks so real. It looks like it's practically jumping off the paper, and it like looks exactly how you see it, like how you see it in real life. So I'm just like, oh yeah, he's not gonna talk to me right now. So I just kind of like make my leave because I'm like very awkward about how romantic everything is.
You're like, okay, so cool, bye.
Yeah, Blanc, I'm gonna yeah, I'm sorry. You seem really busy, and
Oh, I
anyway,
mean,
your drawings are great.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, I thought I was bothering you because the drawings are so good, and I thought,
Yeah, you're not bothering me. I, I like when you're around.
yeah, even when you can't see me.
Well, I did get a little scared. Yeah, I was a little scared.
Yeah, I didn't mean to scare you. That's for sure. Right on. So, I am going to go so you can draw, and I will see you for battle in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. I'll make sure they're ready. Yeah. I'll come in soon. You can see like it's getting pretty low light, and probably Blanc's gonna go and like rustle them up.
Right. And as that's kind of like ensuing, like Keeks flies above, and he's like, jump.
Oh.
Away.
Savage.
And then I'm just like, and then as soon as I hear that, I'm just like, I like scurry away, like I was like kind of like playing footsie, like trying to like figure out what to say to Blanc. I couldn't even make eye contact properly. I'm just like, bye.
Mm.
We've all been there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Any worse, and I'd be stuttering.
Blanc Blanc would be offended if he heard you say that.
Oh, that's right. He stutters.
Oh.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So Harper and Zindi, anything you would like to do before the big battle?
Now I'm ready.
You're ready.
Yeah.
Harper.
Think fine. Probably ask Molly if she has any like potions of healing or something just in case. But other than that, I think we're good.
Oh, potions of healing? Oh, absolutely. Hold on, just one sec. I know it's around here somewhere. Okay, let's look here. Oh, okay, here we go. Yes, potions of healing. Here we go. How many did you need? I think I got about 3 here.
3 will do it.
All right, well, here you go. Go ahead and add that to your sheet. If you would like to give them to people, you can do that as well. They're not greater potions of healing, just normal.
Just good old regular
Good old
potions of
regular.
healing.
Yeah.
I think I will keep one for myself and then obviously give one to Meow Wolf and Zindi. Just
Oh,
in
thanks,
case.
Harper. Wow.
That is so sweet of you.
This will be very useful.
You can never be too sure, even if you don't end up using it on yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Of course.
You see that as the kids kind of like the kids seem to be staying up late, sort of, and Will is definitely yawning. This is like as the night carries on kind of deal. You guys have a large sort of feast that you guys have worked all day on, magically of course. And you guys all eat very well, not knowing when you're going to eat next. And the kids are obviously trying to get Will to stay up really late, and like because they're worried that they may never see Will again.
I come up behind the kids and Will, who are like all, they're all kind of like poking Will, like they're just like, haha, stay up, haha, stay up, haha, stay up. And I kind of, like sneak up on them with both hands on my hips, very, scary auntie vibes. And I go, all right, kids, come on. Will is fighting tomorrow, so you got to get some rest. There's no use in a tired warrior. And I kind of put my hand on his shoulder and say, come on, to bed.
Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna get them back. Get them back. We're all gonna be together. We can do whatever we want. We can go back to the treehouse. I listen. We've been living in a treehouse. It's dope, but I don't want to go without everyone. And I promise, I'm gonna get everyone, and I'm gonna get my parents, and everything is gonna be fine. I
Yeah.
have uh, so many of us going. you know.
I'm confident. We're gonna pull this one through.
I kind of like I just kind of like guide Will, like hand on his shoulder, back to Molly's house. And I say, hey dude, so you ready for tomorrow?
Yeah. It's just I know she's been looking for me.
I hear that. Hey dude, you can still, no judgment, but you can still tap out if you want to.
He sort of like scratches his head, sort of fusses with his hair, and he adjusts his lute, and he goes, I know I can do this. I'm just, I don't think it's bad to be scared. I hope she didn't hurt anyone after last time.
I kind of make eye contact with him and say, look, Will, I don't want to sugarcoat things. Tomorrow is going to be hard. So some of your friends might not be there, and it's going to be a challenging day. So you're old enough to make a decision for yourself, but please know that you can opt out if you don't feel ready, and no one will call you a coward. In fact, it is true bravery to know when you're not ready for something and to speak up. Okay?
Yeah. Totally,
You'll let me know tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, get some rest.
Okay.
Okay.
You see, he just like lies down on the overly stuffed pink couch in the corner, puts like a pillow on his chest, and he just sort of looks up at the ceiling. And as you guys climb up the stairs to your own rooms, you see Will's eyes start to flutter and his head start to nod off. And you guys hear the nighttime fey activities, which is always full of insects and creatures and frogs. And you guys hear the laughter of children. You guys know that there's some sort of magical protection spell around the whole property. So the kids are fine as long as they don't go into the woods at all, which they wouldn't dare without a guardian, for fear of being kidnapped again.
Cool.
And go ahead.
I gotta get my order.
Yes.
Can we take a quick break?
Let us take our 5-minute break.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, that's not bad.
Hi, I'm back.
Right
Hello.
on.
All right. Oh man, did it just not record that whole thing, or just your beginning? What happened?
Really?
I'm sorry, I totally did it. Oh, my sound cut out.
I'll ask Noah because he's been watching, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so was it,
ERP.
if it was just like at a small moment or something?
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Well, it's a meta moment, you know. It's a meta moment.
That was a really great moment, Dee.
Yeah,
You nailed it.
like I really, yeah, that was hilarious. I was like trying not to snort like while holding in laughter.
Like, when Keeks came, I was like, oh my god, this totally feels like that moment in The Lion King, and then you nailed it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
He actually did pretty. He's pretty
I
okay.
did okay. Like, okay, we'll say it's like when the voice actor and the singing actor are two very different, obviously different people.
That's
Okay.
it.
That's it.
That's perfect.
Okay, so
That's it.
Noah was saying that the entire stream has been on, but up until when he said that there was no audio, was like nothing had been recorded from audio. I hope that makes sense.
Wait, what?
Like
So
visually, he
heard
could see the
music.
map. No.
No? Should have heard music, but
me
the
see.
music's soft. The music's very soft, so.
No music, no audio, no nothing. But he could see Molly's place.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Hey.
So did he just like think that like he was just like waiting for it to start?
No, I'm
No.
sure immediately he was like, D, cut off. Honestly, my singing could be that bad. That Twitch is just like, nothing.
Stop.
No, it wouldn't have been because it was bad. It would have been because it was good. It would have recognized
Listen,
it so well.
I'm one of those people where like, I wish I had like an acting like director when I was like a kid. When I like went to like theater summer camp, and she would be like, I can fucking learn choreography and I can act.
Yeah.
But beautiful sounds do not come out of my mouth.
Oh.
And I was like,
you know what? It's better than being a person who can't sing and then will be like, oh my god, yeah, I could just like totally win American Idol.
Oh, I've met those.
Oh, it's honestly, it's most people. Most people are like, yeah, I can totally sing. What are you talking? Like, I'm an amazing singer.
No, okay. You know why I know? Okay, this should humble anyone. This is a pro tip: how to humble yourself in 3 seconds.
Record yourself.
Record yourself singing when you think you sound so good. No, you fucking don't. Like
that's the only way to get better.
I actually never needed to go that far. When I joined the church choir, the church person told me to just open my mouth and not bring sound out.
Oh, okay. That's
savage, dude.
Not very Jesus-ly of them.
Apparently, I couldn't hold the tune, not even for God. So
not even for God.
Not even for the Lord.
Look, Jesus forgives a lot of things, but
a bad singer. Ooh, those go straight to hell. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Not in my, not in my church. Like,
Right, exactly.
They were like, you're messing up my vibe right now. The Lord told me that you need to shut the fuck up.
They were straight up like, God really needs the best type of worship, and until you're able to train yourself to be the best, you are just going to open your mouth and pray that you can do better next time.
Oh, hold on. I just got a transmission from the Lord, and he says, your singing sucks.
0 out of 10 experience. Even though the Lord made this experience happen.
Yep. Hilarious.
Wow.
Bombastic.
That's honest. Anyway, that's something the fuck else. But yeah, if you ever want to humble yourself so quick, that is my recommendation. That's all I needed to know. But yes, that was my cute moment that I prepared for you guys.
It was so fun.
So fun.
It was awesome.
So
perfect for Valentine's Day. I love how you're always in theme.
Yes, you're so good at it.
Oh, thank you guys. Gotta have a theme. So Harper, anything else you want to do besides take some potions?
Also, for the record, I also have the stream up just to like monitor it now, see if I can hear anything.
Cool.
No, I think I'm. Actually, no. Let me. I want to talk to Sir Talithar.
Sir Talithar, is bunking with Meow Wolf because 1, Winterbow sleeps standing up. 2, Keeks and Snoodles were taking that bed, and Sir Talivar's like, GTFO.
Yeah.
And he's a little too big for the bed. He's a little too big.
He hang off.
He's like the legs, like he can like and like his head sort of like is like past the headboard a little bit, but like the back is on the bed.
Got it.
Cool.
Oh,
The
so
tail
he's like
and the feet are on the floor.
Wow.
He's fairy dragons, he's a full grown fairy dragon. Like fairy dragons, like as they get older, like go from red all the way through the rainbow to violet. So he is a full grown dragon, but he's not a true dragon according to dragon law, whatever you guys that means. Whatever time you guys know, it's not polite to bring up. Anyway, but he's not like full grown dragon size that you guys know dragons can get to.
They can get really big, so obviously, he's just like what is he like 6'7", 7'7" with like the span
Great
of
question. Let me pull up. No, he's got a staff up here.
I'm assuming. Well, and I'm also assuming that the beds are a little smaller, more like hobbit sized.
Molly's an elf. Yeah, Molly's an elf.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it's like...
Elves are petite, though. Elves are petite. They can be tall, but they're, like, petite. They don't
she's not that tall. She's not that tall. She wears heels.
Yeah, I mean, they can be... Yeah, like, is it Dragonborn? Is he Dragonborn? Is that technically Dragonborn?
He is he's technically a tiny dragon, but he is, it doesn't actually tell me how big he is, even though it says tiny, but that, I know that's not right.
Right, he's not actually tiny. So basically,
he's probably like,
shack sized.
He's...
Shack size.
Shack
Like
size.
No big
7'8".
deal.
Shaq would
7'8".
also be uncomfortable in a normal size bed, so.
Yes, actually, he has his own line of office
Sweet baby
furniture
Tyler.
because of
Good
it.
for him, yay.
Yay.
All right.
Well, my Sir Talbar plushie. He's definitely going to be French in my next game. But he'll probably be a sillier NPC. In this one, he became really serious. Okay, what would you like to say to Sir Talavar, Harper?
I knock on the door. And I like peek my head in and I just like, I hope I'm not intruding.
It's fully like Winterbow's in there, Meow Wolf's in there. Like you guys are all kind of like Winterbow was, sort of counting his arrows, making sure his quiver's full. Keeks and Snoodles are already like asleep. Snoodle stole a pillow for the floor. Now that he has to sleep on the floor, Keeks of course is in the window.
Noodles is definitely snorting.
Yeah. And Meow Wolf, I mean, you just came up here with everyone else, so you had like just kind of come in, and Winterbow had probably been up here like a little bit preparing. He's not a merriment before the big battle kind of guy.
I think I just go up to him and I say, I just wanted to thank you again for coming. We really appreciate it, and I'm so sorry for your loss, for everything. When this is all over, we will help you rebuild. It's the least we can do.
Sir Talavar is sort of like sitting, he's like sort of sitting up on the bed, and he leans forward and sort of clutches your paws in his claws and looks at you incredibly intently, and he says, "Do you think she's alive?"
I have no doubt. I wouldn't be fighting the good fight if I didn't believe that she was still out there. I know it. I feel it.
You feel her?
We can't give up.
I no longer feel Queen Tatiana.
No longer feel what?
He no longer feels Queen Tatiana. Titania? Whatever I named her. It's always spelled like kind of weirdly. Like one of those elf ones where you're like, what'd you say? Okay, yeah. I got that.
Yeah, it could be Tatiana, Tatina.
Yeah. You've heard it pronounced a couple different ways. It's just like that with elven words. Some people have got, interesting dialects. Anyway.
100.
We will find your queen, Tatiana. She is out there. I know it.
Wait, did you just say Tatiana?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I literally, I'm actually chilling, like setting up my sack and pouring my water in, and I laughed. I was like, and I go, Tatiana.
Sir Talavar shoots you a like. If looks could kill, this look would murder Meow Wolf, and Sir Talavar sort of like spins around. And he's like, "My lord," and he sort of like looks at Harper, and he's sort of just like, it's not that it's like that you left at a pronunciation of her name when it's like, Not that Harper, like, said the name weird.
I definitely was laughing at the fact that the name has switched a couple times, and I probably wouldn't get it right either. Like, I basically am like, yeah, that is a really hard name to remember, and if I introduced myself to her, I'd probably say something stupid like, yada yada.
Yeah. Sir Talavar just, like, swings back around and like, kind of presses your paws once more and releases them, and says, let's focus on task at hand. We must be rid of these hags.
Wait, no. He's touching Harper, right? Not me.
Correct. Yeah.
Great. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been very good for our friend.
No.
I squeeze his claws, and I just nod my head, and I leave the room.
You see Sir Talavar sort of, like, tries to sort of settle in after Harper leaves, and he, like, spends a long time making the pillows, like, a certain way, like, getting adjusted on his back, like, da-da-da. And then finally he just, like, and curls up like a little dragon sleeping on the horde, and is able to sort of, like, make himself enough of a circle to mostly be on the bed. And he sort of, like, before he gets too comfortable, he pokes his long neck out, and he sort of puts, like, a claw on the nightstand, opens up the side where you guys see that Molly is a respectable host. She has this shit stocked. Anything that you guys could think of almost like magic, it will appear in some kind of cabinet or whatever. Like, whatever cabinet you guys open where you're like, gee, I really need some frickin' soap or something. Like, next cabinet you look in magically has, like, a bar of soap. So he sort of, like, opens the drawer, and there's, like, a little mask in there for like, his eyes, and he's like, and he slips it over. Of course it's pink, as everything of Molly's is. And he sort of with the mask on is just like, good night, gentlemen, and promptly lays down like a little curled dragon and tries to fall asleep. Meow Wolf, anything you're doing?
I was setting up my little water sack, and I'm just like, kind of laughing at myself throughout the day, of how I could have just, like, screwed stuff up between folks, being myself. So I just kind of set up my water sack so I don't have any exhaustion going through the morning. I'm gonna actually, because we are gonna rest and all the spells are gonna recharge and everything, I might want to do something here. So it's right before bedtime. We're gonna probably get, what, a full 8 hours worth of rest?
Yeah, you're having a long rest.
Nice. Okay, great. So let me just, I think, I think I'm okay. I don't think I need to cast anything. I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything that I could not repeat, or if I needed for later. No, I'm good.
Awesome. All right, Harper, you make your way back to your room that you're sharing with Zindi. It's a very short walk. It's literally just the next door over. You open the door, and Zindi is also getting ready for bed or prepping for battle. What do you guys think you kind of do before you turn in for the night?
Oh, I'm already asleep. I went to sleep.
You're like done?
Yeah. When you asked if I had anything else to do, I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm ready. Snoring.
Yeah, you were the one telling, well, you need to go to bed because you're going to go kill things in the morning.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Zindi is like not the type of person where they like stay up all night. They're like a well-rested warrior is an alive warrior. So Harper, you sort of come in and you're very quiet. You got your padded little paws and you slip in. What do you do?
I think I just go to bed also, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably stay up thinking for like a good 45 minutes before I fall asleep, but yeah.
You just like contemplate the past week, think about Loom Lurch, and before you wind yourself up too much, you know, you sort of get comfy, breathe a deep sigh of relief, and sort of let the sounds of the evening wash over you. And you guys take a long rest.
Okay.
Right.
Long rest, long rest, long rest. Can never find it. I'm sorry. Oh, short rest, long rest. Done. Rested.
Boom.
Fantastic.
She has slept.
Ooh, now I can change the lighting again. So
But that's
fun.
hard. That's why we're doing this, actually.
I mean, it's like, it's fun. It's very fun. Let's see here. All right. You guys wake up the next morning. Sort of just before the sun is really up. And you sort of get the party together. Everyone is pretty quiet. And Zindi, the first thing you notice is that like Will is up and awake and like dressed and packed. And he doesn't say anything, but he's like putting food in his pack and stuff.
Got it. I just go over to him and I say, "What's up, my dude? How'd you sleep?"
Hey, I slept good actually. I slept good.
Great.
You know, the others were kind of up for a while, but yeah, I got some Z's. I'm ready. Ready.
You ready? You're gonna do this?
Let's go. Let's fucking get this
Okay.
bitch.
All right. I smile. I of course, I didn't want him to go, but I'm also feeling kind of proud of him for some reason. And I'm proud that he decided to come. But I would have been proud if he told me that he didn't want to go either.
Yeah.
As well. Okay.
He is, you know, just about, I mean, 13,
Mhm.
you know, so he's right on that cusp.
Yeah.
So I so Will's in there next to Zindi, so he's 13 years old.
Yeah.
He's a preteen, or like
Yeah.
he's just got into teenage years.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and it's the morning.
Uh-huh.
So I stroll in, and I kind of overheard a little bit, and I just kind of like walk by the doorway, and it's like, no worries, man. I think you're old enough. I'm 3 years old, and I'm full grown.
Yes, my lord. I mean, it's a little different for half elves. I mean, like, how long do
full grown in my
do
book.
you guys live?
Not nearly as long as you.
Okay.
Aw.
Well, yeah.
Not even close. But
Okay.
you're old enough for me. You are literally like more than 4 times my age.
You guys hear Winterbow like clippity cloppity in, and Winterbow sort of sidles up and sort of like grabs a bunch of carrots and apples and stuff off of the table, and he sort of like looks over and he says, Well, by the time I was 13 winters, I had already killed 10 times. You're fine.
Okay, you know what? I kind of like, I cover his ears. I'm like, okay, look, he's older, but you know, we can we can respect that he's, not just a little one. But Will, look, please don't kill anybody. We're not gonna have to make you do that.
Foreshadowing. Interesting foreshadowing there.
Oh my god, yeah.
Will sort of like looks at Winterbow like, okay, man, chill, and he sort of like regards Zindi and he's like, I mean, well,
No discussion of that. You listen to me.
well,
You're coming. We're letting you come, but do not put yourself in danger. Do not put yourself in moral danger. If your life is threatened, run, hide, and finally, only if you have to, fight for your life. But do not do that at first. Understood?
He sort of like, he feels the tension in the room and he's sort of like, I'm gonna do what I can. You and I are a team, so I'll be with Harper and support. I know what Skabatha can do. I'm not gonna take her one-on-one.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I might
yes,
fuck up like a snake, though.
Good. That sounds really good. Yes, actually, I encourage you to do that.
Okay.
And just stick to the plan.
Great. Okay.
You're
Great
going
chat.
to do great.
I walk by and I go again, like totally nosy, like I was eavesdropping the whole time, and I'm like, "Great chat."
Harper, where are you?
Meow Wolf is a part of every conversation.
But I'm like literally, what's that?
Meow Wolf is actually a part of every conversation. Like, he doesn't really understand like private conversations. If he's near, like he's a part of it.
That's part of the combo, yeah.
Yeah.
Harper, are you downstairs? What you doing? You in the library?
Downstairs. Molly's not awake, right?
Molly is not awake yet. You would imagine that any host would see their guests off, so she's probably just gonna be down in a sec.
Okay. Just wondering. I'm downstairs.
Alright. You guys, as a party, sort of collect your things to review. Everyone who is going is Harper, Meow Wolf, and Zindi, of course. Bastion and Blanc sort of are actually already outside, and you can see that Blanc is has like a large pack with him, and is sort of just outside near the lake, watching the sunrise, and the frogs are just kind of swimming in the lake, enjoying their like morning. They're, beasts. You guys are also going with Sir Talavar, who again is also up and at 'em. He's sort of like perusing the scrolls and the potions and stuff, and like once in a while he'll sort of like pick something up, read the label, put it back down, look at a book, Will, of course, who is packing cheese and bread in his pack, Winterbow, who is testing his arrow, and of course your awakened babies, Juniper Berry, who is sort of just on the cushions and sort of is just watching everyone, and Keeks and Snoodles are still asleep. And
I go over to Snoodles and I just pull the blanket from underneath him.
You go back upstairs.
Yeah, as violently as
You
possible.
rustle his pillow, and you sort of are like scolding them, like, "Get up, we're gonna be late." And you hear the telltale clack of Molly's heels as she emerges from her quarters, perfectly coiffed, of course. And she sort of sees you, Zindi, and she's like, "Oh, well, I figured I would see you off and make sure you are safely on your way."
Thank you so much, Molly. Your hospitality has been, it's been more than hospitality, really. I really feel like you've really let us become part of your home. And thank you so much for taking care of the children. We promise to bring them back safe.
Yes, I do not envy your task. It is not one that too many would do readily. If you don't, well, if the unthinkable happens, I will look after the children. Don't you worry.
Thank you. I kind of tear up a little bit, but clear my throat and thank her. And I'm ready to. I kind of go with the rest of the group who's ready to leave.
Molly comes down and sort of fusses over each of you, and gives Sir Talavar a couple random potions that he wanted, and make sure everyone's knapsack is filled, and sort of waves you guys off down the road, and just as the sun comes over the lake, and she goes, "Y'all be careful. Melora guide you." And
As the parting gift, I want to give you one last thing as a thank you for your hospitality.
well,
Another memory of your father, your parents.
Of course, I could never refuse such a wonderful gift. Thank you, Papa. Of course, Molly holds like the gift, the reciprocity standard in high regard. So she sort of braces herself, to prepare the spell.
I think it's just a memory of like the first time I because I'm friends with her dad, right?
Mm-hmm. Or
rather,
was like friends with her dad, and like he was very nice.
Yeah. So I think it's probably the first time I met him, and like I witnessed when he laid eyes on her mom, and like the look of like love at first sight.
So you guys actually knew him as being very shy, and he never came to events or anything like that. And then one random event he sort of came to, And it was like one that wasn't even particularly grand or anything like that. And his future wife happened to be at the same party, out of obligation to a family friend, and they sort of were both at the party, a little bit, one not really wanting to be there, but one sort of taking in the opportunity of sort of a chiller environment, and they end up hitting it off, and you sort of have the memory of the beginnings of that interaction, um, and you see just a little bit of vapor leave from Harper's mind, and you see Molly close her eyes and sort of smile, and the smile is just like the mother's. Like, it, you know, when like someone like does something and you're like, oh, that they look so much like one parent. You had just kind of seen in your mind's eye what the mother looked like smiling, and it transferred so well. And tears like fall down. She goes, "Thank you, Papa. I truly thank you. I will look after the children. I know this is the right thing to do. I thank you for your kindness."
You'll see us again, I'm sure. We have to come back for the children, after all.
Oh yes, of course. I eagerly wait your return. And sort of like, almost like uncharacteristically, Harper, you're not very touchy-feely.
No.
Molly sort of like, you know, Molly is all poise and grace and class, much as you were, and sort of in an uncharacteristic moment, but in an emotional moment, because she's still crying a little. She sort of sweeps you up into a hug. She is not too much taller than you, so you guys do hug as like almost equals. And she does a couple heavy sobs into your shoulder, and then she sort of collects herself and she goes, "Right, honey. I'm terribly sorry. Sorry, Harper. Come back soon."
We will be back victorious. Hopefully with a head. I don't know. But you'll see. Don't be sorry. See you soon.
You guys make your way to Lurch.
I gotta say that I love Harper's character because she can say something with like her cute little accent, but it could be like, "We're gonna kill them." We're gonna so good.
Off with her head!
Off with her head, exactly. Okay.
We're making our way.
Making your way downtown. Yeah. Give me 1 sec. Excellent. Alright, so we are now switching to Albert Radio. So
Goodbye, Molly!
goodbye, Molly.
What an amazing.
You can stop streaming Harper on your end. We will play with Dungeon Alchemist again, for sure. That one was really fun. But yeah, so you guys end up making your way to Loom Lurch. Again, Meadowleaf's training. You guys now are able to easily navigate your way. And Will certainly seems like he knows the way as well. And as you guys sort of get to, you guys sort of go around as you discuss. So you go around upstream, and you guys' idea is to swim downstream and to kind of get into Loom Lurch that way.
Yeah.
So, what is the sort of like marching order? How we all swimming and stuff?
Definitely like strongest in the front. I feel like.
Yeah, I would say probably myself and Snoodles since we're aquatic.
Okay, Keeks is flying.
Yeah, Keeks is flying.
Or
Okay,
Calabar is
Keeks,
flying.
yeah. Keeks is flying low, kind of watching out for like immediate dangers. Sir Talvar is flying a little bit higher than that, and sort of getting a dragon's eye view, let's say.
Oh.
And Will is gonna ride Bastion, since Meow Wolf is swimming.
Oh, I'm riding Juniper Berry.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Maybe me and Harper are?
Yeah, probably.
I'll
Do
fit.
you
I'm small.
ask Juniper Berry if you can like still ride her?
Oh, absolutely. We had this conversation at the
Okay.
at the campfire last night.
Got it. Perfect. She was like, "Oh, well, I mean, yeah. As long as you ask, I'm cool." And then, okay, so Will is riding Bastion, Blanc is swimming. Winterbow is the only one who is sort of walking alongside and sort of like keeping a watch like that. And he'll sort of like dip into the river if need be to kind of keep up with you guys. He can swim, he's just slower. So he's kind of like picking up the rear. So, as you guys approach, what do you guys cast to make yourself stealthy as stealth?
I mean, I have my staff, and I can go invisible. Do pass without a trace at will. So I wanna am I able to cast it before we all storm in, before we all storm up, or like am I able to cast?
I think this is kind of like how the plan was that we were going across the river, and if like you look at if you look at the map, there was kind of like a grassy area. Like we're kind of like, I feel like doing like a curve. So there's like we have like a little while before we get to that.
Great. So
Yeah.
Before we come anywhere near eye shot of the castle, I will cast pass without a trace for everyone. So
Cool. Oh, nice. For everyone, can you do that?
yeah, because it's at will, so I can cast it as many times as I need to without using charges on my staff.
Well, what does that allow us to do? Is it completely invisible, and for how long?
Pass without a trace is basically
There's disadvantage
it's a
on
veil.
stealth, right?
It's a veil of shadows of
plus 10 on stealth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Just
veil
so
of
you
shadows.
know, this is concentration. Meow Wolf. So you can do it as many times as you want, but you have to keep up the concentration. So like if you like.
Okay,
you
so
can't do another spell that takes concentration essentially.
Well, I only needs to concentrate just enough for us to get in, right?
I mean, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
See what you guys do. Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah,
Your track record hasn't been that great recently.
Hey, whoa. What are you doing? Telling the truth here?
I mean,
I missed a charm, remember?
it could work or not. The veil of shadows of silence radiates around you, masking you and your companions from detection for the duration. Each creature you choose within 30 feet of you has a 10 plus bonus dexterity checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. So it might be useless anyways because she has the stuff surrounded in magic. So we can try and see how it goes. The creature that receives the bonus leaves behind no tracks, no traces of its passage.
Sick.
So, I mean, I'm going to hold concentration and I'm going to try to stay within 30 feet of everyone. But as soon as everyone starts moving past the 30 feet, they're going to become visible. Should be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Sir Talavar has invisibility.
Yeah, we know Sir Talavar does.
So he's good.
I have an invisibility spell now, but I'm gonna wait. It lasts an hour, but I'm like, there's no real reason for me to be like invisible right now if everybody else is visible.
If you already have plus 10, yeah. I mean, your guys are like essentially invisible until you roll very badly. Okay. So
or if I get distracted from the group and I walk away with reaching the 30 feet, which I hope I won't do.
You're like, don't
do that. Don't get distracted. Kind of focus.
So you guys sort of come down around to where there is sort of almost like a low visibility point between these like two branches. Now, couple things that you guys know. Go ahead and roll with advantage either intelligence, history, or
sorry, you said intelligence, history, or what?
Yeah. Intelligence or history. Those are probably the same because unless you get some like weird boost to specifically.
I got a nat 20.
Yeah.
Nat 20 intelligence, so 24.
Okay. Fantastic.
Okay. I just got a nat 20 for history too, so I'm not even gonna roll again. Yeah.
2 nat 20s. Wow.
Damn, we are on it. We slept so well.
Okay, so you guys, again, you guys remember a lot of what the kids and everyone told you about Moonlurch. And you guys know there's a couple of like little there should be a couple tin soldiers kind of flitting about. You guys know that Skabatha's garden is sort of on the way over there. Past that, screaming scarecrows that are alarms. You guys also know that there are skeletons that can pop up if you sort of like get too close to certain areas of the garden, and you guys also know that Oink is beyond those two gardens. However, the tin soldiers are going to be parading outside the sort of like dormitory area that's on top, and the sort of area that's not really garden, but it's near the lake where you guys are, but they probably don't send guys out that far all the time. They sort of just mostly peer on the ledge, kind of go around sometimes. There's only one entrance up into the dormitory, and it's up the stairs. And then there's the side door, but it's kind of on the other side of the branch.
Maybe I can cast invisibility and like try to like climb in or something, like as like a I don't know, I forget what you call the like person that you send ahead of a scout.
A scout? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say with a 24 is what we said that people got. Okay. You see a couple things. One, you do see a very small, like, again, the little toy soldiers kind of just keeping to the wall. And you see the other one. You see at least one up on the top. Again, pretty far away. You also notice a large box. Much like the one that was in the tea room. Incredibly similar. Large Jack in the Box looking thing. I'm gonna say that the little scout is like 100 feet from you guys.
I feel like we should try to like charm him or something. Like I feel like since it's still so early, we shouldn't like try to like I don't know, like kill him or something. I feel like it would be like it would make too much of a fuss. What do you think, guys?
Well, I mean,
or is this it? Like, are we like starting to fight?
well, I mean, we're still in the Fey realm, so we can't charm anyone really. That like in the like that's Fey, right?
Got it.
So
go ahead and well, you know what? I'll just use the 2 nat 20s from before. This is something else they mention. The tin soldiers are immune to blindness, charming, deafness, exhaustion, being frightened, being paralyzed, being petrified, and being poisoned. They are little tin soldiers. Like, they are not, like, they're constructs.
Okay, so we have all that history, but out of none of those things mentioned was the power of song. They can't be charmed in the magic sense, but they can be possibly charmed by the talents of myself and Will and our charisma.
That's true. You could have really high charisma checks where you could persuade maybe.
And like I don't know, get them to maybe we can like sing a little song and get them to just like dance, just like be so charmed by the dance that they dance away.
I mean, it could definitely be like persuasion and deception checks, I would think, right?
Dee, as a DM, would you allow me to try it?
I mean, absolutely. You can certainly try.
Okay. Okay, I have a pan flute. I brought my pan flute to battle. I didn't bring any other instrument. So I take out a pan flute from my my pocket, and I just start fluting a kind of like eerie, like distracting tune. I want to kind of like actually like try to like distract them with the music. It's kind of like the like sound like song, like kind of like creepy song that like a fawn would like play. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what I can and I'm gonna roll a performance.
Let's go.
Okay, I rolled really badly. I rolled a 12, but it's plus 10, so I got 22.
Oh, plus
I kind of like
plus 10 to performance?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
I am a bard. What else do I? I have nothing else. So okay,
So, like,
my goal is to like hold on. Can I like? I wonder if there might be like a specific spell like this, but like I kind of want to like almost like throw the sound. You know how people like throw their voices? I want to like.
I'm pretty sure that's like prestidigitation or thaumaturgy, but either way.
I got it. Okay. Anyways, I want to like lure them away, like distract them from their post with this music. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna make myself invisible. What if I like make myself invisible? I like want to like lure them away from where everybody else is.
It's
like
just
make
this
myself
one.
invisible.
It's just this one guy. So I mean, he's like really just like the scout. And as Harper kind of mentioned, that there's for sure going to be other guys up top.
Okay. I guess I'm like just like trying to like distract him. I like don't basically like I don't want to like start a fight and like everybody else get notified that we're here. Like I would like rather like distract him, get him out of the way so we can like continue our like, for lack of a better word, like penetration of the castle with like to get deeper before we're initially before we set off the alarms.
Yeah, of course. Okay. So
that's just my reasoning, guys. Like, please, guys, like, step in on like thoughts around battle.
So you roll a what now? A 20? A dirty 20? A 19?
20. It was. No, I rolled a 12, but I have plus 10, so it was 22.
22. Cool. So and you. Okay. How close? You guys are like 100-ish feet away, let's say.
Yeah.
And how close do you get to this guy?
I have to be within 30 feet.
So you sort of very cautiously make your way towards this guy, very slowly, very cautiously. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Because we have our pass without trace, she adds 10 to that, right?
Oh, thank God. Thank you, Harper, for that reminder.
Oh, what'd you roll?
Because I rolled a 1 plus 4, and so I got a 5 plus 10 is a 15, which is much better. I trip, but like the stealth, I trip and fall, but like the stealth, or I forget the spell that Meow Wolf cast made me fall completely silently. So no, you can't actually hear or notice that I tripped. It was just like a completely silent.
If a falls in the Feywild and everyone's around to hear it, it for sure makes a noise. But okay, so you roll a 15. Okay.
That was me trying to explain how like
our 1 is a 15.
Yeah.
So listen,
exactly.
Listen, Homie gets a -4 to this roll.
Wow.
He did? He got a -4? Okay.
So he has
just a tin toy. He's pretty stupid.
So he doesn't need to rely on sight to like. So he hears you. He knows what direction you're in or whatever, but he doesn't necessarily think you're a threat. You could be another toy or something. So let me just. He gets a -4 to this. He rolled a 14, so he gets a 10, which means you do not, like, he doesn't immediately perceive you as a threat. You're still pretty stealthy. You're sort of moving around enough to kind of confuse where the sound is coming from, and everyone is able to sort of move in. They're keeping like another 30 feet back, but everyone is able to like kind of close in behind you. So what would you like to do once you have this guy? Once you're 30 feet. And what would you like to convey with this song?
It's just supposed to be so good that they like kind of like stop realizing that, like, they, like, forget for a moment that their task is, like, to patrol the Loomlurks. Like, they're just like, damn, that's a great song. Like, yeah.
Okay. You see, he gets, like, the haunting melody continues on. And you guys sort of are, like, everybody go ahead and make me a stealth check. I'm not gonna roll for all the NPCs. You guys can just roll with advantage, but we're gonna do, like, a group stealth check. I was like, I'm not gonna roll for my 18 NPCs.
I rolled, 22.
19.
Stealth check coming at you. Give me 1 second. 12.
Okay. You guys, 2 out of 3, not bad.
Oh, well,
So,
you said with advantage, right?
With advantage, yeah.
Oh, let me go again.
Oh,
With advantage.
19 still.
Okay. Fantastic.
Oh, what type of roll was it again? Sorry, the ADHD.
The, stealth.
Stealth. Yeah.
Almost caught me slipping.
Yeah, 22, dirty 22.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Okay. He makes his way to the water's edge, and you can just see him looking into the water, and he just sort of like he is a little tin soldier, so he's just kind of walking, like he doesn't have any like limbs or anything. He's just walking, and he sort of just like, the legs just like completely kick out from under him, and he just sits down straight onto the ground, and he just sort of, you guys hear sort of like a rusty sound, like when you have like a creaky door, but you guys think that maybe he's having an emotional reaction to this. He's crying a little. Anyway, there's no one else around. You guys can sneak past this dude.
Nice. I decide that I want
you've done this.
I just want to cast detect thoughts because I just like want to know what he's thinking. I just like, honestly, from like pure being just like so proud of my my handiwork. I just like want to know. I want to be sure like
Okay.
that like he's really
Go ahead.
so moved by the song. So I cast detect thoughts.
Okay. What is the wording on that?
It's actually really long. Oh, fuck, that's really
Do I have to roll something?
yes. Okay. Attack save wisdom 15.
Okay, so what's your spell? What do they call it?
Slot level, it's second
What's your
level.
so it'll say modifier, spell attack, and save DC under spells on your character sheet. What's your save DC?
Oh, got it. Thank you. My save. Sorry, it's under spell. Where is it? Modifier spell save DC is 15.
15? Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can read his surface thoughts, or you can go deeper and try and read his other thoughts that are like below the surface. And then he has to make 2 wisdom saves. What would you like to do?
Just one. I just like kind of want to know what like his vibe is in his head.
You try and cast detect thoughts. Oh wait, hold on. He probably has a huge minus to intelligence. He's got a. Okay, yeah, he fails actually. You sort of like at first you're like, huh, lights are on, but no one's home, and then you sort of just like a little, almost like a flicker, like a little candle of sort of essence. This tin soldier has been a tin soldier for a long time, and a lot of the humanity is gone from them. But such a beautiful haunting tune reignites just a little bit of an emotional moment in this construct.
Got it. Cool. I'm proud of myself. I turn to everybody and say, he's distracted. Thumbs up. Let's go.
Emotional trauma, 5 damage. That's what Zindi is giving out here. So, as you guys, I know. Also, by the way, I know it's late, so we are going to wrap up soon. But before we do, you guys are sort of sneaking past. As I said, much like in the tea room, a large Jack-in-the-Box. What's interesting about this Jack-in-the-Box is it sort of has a continuing scene from the other Jack-in-the-Box. It's still the same boy and girl, but it's you guys kind of are familiar with, like, you know, old nursery rhymes and stuff. So, you know, and the other one, it was like, Jack and Jill go up the hill. This one, they fetch a pail of water. But there's always, like, some weird, like, little twist on, like, the front one. Like, something's just kind of off in each of the paintings. Not, like, 100% sure with it, but it's not a good vibe. Not a solid vibe at all. So, Meow Wolf, you were very interested in the box last time. What do you think this time?
You know, I was very interested, but I remember chairs becoming problems. So
Fair enough.
Yeah, I remember those chairs turning. What were they again? Were they?
Yes, they were mimics.
They were mimics. Yeah, the chairs. Yeah, so I'm actually less inclined to test this box right now. Is there any way someone can I don't have anything to check. I don't have any spells to check if it's booby trapped. I literally just have spells to destroy things.
You guys pass the uncomfortable box. You guys make your way to the pumpkin patch.
Is this where Oink is?
Is the pig there?
It is. You guys, as you guys come over, go ahead and give me, you guys are sort of like going around as much as possible. Your guys' plan is to go all the way through the forest and over and sort of come out to the pen, grab the pig, and then like put the pig elsewhere and then like go back in. So the pig is two more areas off, essentially. You guys know you have to get past the screaming scarecrows and the skeletons and such. So, would you guys like to be 100% careful and go completely around and only pop out when you see the pig pen? Or do you guys want to hug the outside of the forest a little bit more so you can kind of get your eyes on some of these entry points?
I firmly believe that the pig will be alive after the battle.
Yes, I don't think that we should take the pig inside with us.
I don't need a squealing pig while we're trying to storm the castle.
The pig will make it no matter what.
Okay. So what is your guys? So you guys have two options here. You can either try and get upstairs, which is squarely past a pumpkin patch, past the screaming scarecrows, and also just over the cabbage patch with guard skeletons, essentially. And you guys know that there's also one more guard sort of patrolling upstairs. What is your guys' plan? You guys can sneak a sneak. I just need a through path here.
Well, I wasn't the good one with the through path last time, so. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thinking.
So you guys do have, pass without trace, so like your stealth is high. It is very possible that you could make a full stealth like up into the dorms and not disturb anyone.
Oh, let's try.
It's not I mean, yeah, you could try.
Well, we have our pass without trace. It gives us a +10 to whatever we roll. So, I mean, I feel like because when we roll, are we rolling just the three of us, or are you rolling any of the NPCs that are also with us?
I just think it's easier and fairer for you guys if just three of you roll with advantage and just be like everyone's helping. Like, unless you guys are like, no, I want you to roll for everyone, it's up to y'all, but
So they're essentially giving us the help action?
rolls. Yeah, like
Are they giving us?
Yeah, they're giving you the help action. They're helping stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like rolling with advantage.
Let's try it, y'all.
What are we rolling for?
We're deciding on whether Dee is going to roll for all the NPC characters in battle, or if we as characters roll with advantage, and then our characters act like basically with us.
Advantage.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's way more fun.
Same.
Or else we'll be here all day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we're gonna be here all day. One second, I'm just looking at something really quick. Okay. You guys, Will sort of pipes up, and he goes, well, so we want to avoid anything. We gotta avoid those scarecrows, because it doesn't matter if we're magically, they can sense that we're there.
Well, even with the pass without a trace.
Basically what Will is describing to you guys is that the scarecrows have detect magic.
Oh, got you.
If I cast Dispel Magic, would that do anything?
But then it would end
Our magic.
Yeah.
It would end my magic.
Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me actually Google that. Would detect magic detect pass without trace? Maybe not. can't be tracked except by magical means. I'm gonna rule that like the scarecrows can detect magic. So as long as you guys don't go within 50 feet of them, you're good.
To me, it's worth the risk, but it's up to you guys. Has the building been repaired? Because, like, I know that some of the windows were broken into and stuff like that.
You can't see that side of the building yet.
Oh, that's right. It was the opposite side.
Opposite side.
JK.
Yeah. You guys sort of are on the edge, and eventually you guys decide, like, you have to try. And if you're here to fucking fight and burn this shit to the ground, all well. But, like, the plan was to sneak until no longer possible, right? So you guys sort of make your way forward. Go ahead and give me stealth checks with advantage.
Okay.
I am not kidding. I got another nat 20.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But I have a negative 1.
No!
Okay.
Stealth.
I rolled
So a 19 plus 10.
14 plus 10.
Okay, 24, 29. Meow Wolf? Are you on mute? You are.
Oh, I got a dirty 20 on the first roll, and then on the second one it was like a 15. So the higher of the two.
All right, you guys make your way forward. You are silent as the grave. You watch the scarecrows closely. You're looking at the scarecrows. And Will sort of gets this tone in his voice, and he goes, There's too many scarecrows. There's one more.
Oh. Where do we take him out, Will?
Go ahead and make me perception checks, everyone.
Okay, I'm getting very, very tired.
I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Yeah.
Cool. Just checking. Thank you.
This is the big reveal.
Okay, 24.
18.
Fantastic. You guys look over to where Will's sort of looking, and you guys see the scarecrows that Scabbat the Have are horrifying. Each one more grotesque than the next, in different various stages of rot. And at the end is a one that looks very fresh. You guys know, even if you can't 100% see, you look at that fresh scarecrow and you know that that's what happened to Chucklehead.
That was a good reveal.
Oh.
Wow.
He lays with his eyes still hollowed out and his face sort of melting as he's obviously like decomposing. You guys can also see with a 24 with your eagle eyes presumably being in a specific state of rot where bugs are still very fresh.
Oh.
Wow. And you guys shudder and walk into the pumpkin patch, which is where we're gonna end the session.
Wow.
Oh, that was gross.
Really good ending.
Yeah, wow, that was really gross. I did not expect you to be like, and that's what they did to Chucklehead.
Oh yeah, I was
Chucklehead.
I was like, homie's gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was definitely, he definitely is not.
He wasn't making it out. No. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream.